I've been waiting more than 30 years to say this. Dad, I always told you I'd come back and get my degree. I want to thank Harvard for this honor. I'll be changing my job next year, and it will be nice to finally have a college degree on my resume. I applaud the graduates for taking a much more direct route to your degrees. For my part, I'm just happy that the Crimson called me Harvard's most successful dropout. I guess that makes me valedictorian of my own special class. I did the best of everyone who failed. But I also want to be recognized as the guy who got Steve Ballmer to drop out of business school. I'm a bad influence. That's why I was invited to speak at your graduation. If I'd spoken at your orientation, fewer of you might be here today.
Imagine you are 13 years old. You walk into a room full of machines that most grown adults have never seen. You sit down and started typing. And in that moment, without knowing it, you begin to change the entire world. This is not a story about luck, being born rich, or being born a genius. This is a story about obsession. About a boy who saw something no one else could see and refused to stop until the whole world saw it too. His name is William Henry Gates III, but the world knows him simply as Bill Gates. At one point in history, this man was the richest person alive on planet Earth. He built the company that put a computer on almost every single desk in the world. He made software that billions of people use every single day, and most of them do not even think about it. But here's the part no one tells you. The road to that empire was paved with failure, fury, near total collapse, brutal competition, and personal heartbreak. The man behind the legend is far more complicated and far more fascinating than any headline has ever shown you. So sit back, because today we are going all the way in. This is the full story of Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is a computer whiz. He taught himself programming at the age of 13, was a dropout at Harvard, and started the company we've just described at the age of 19, now 28. What are your annual revenues at Microsoft?
We're expecting to do just over 100 million this year.
At what age did you yourself become a millionaire?
Well, Microsoft's a company owned primarily by its employees, and it's not easy to put a value on it. Our first big contract was in 1975.
And you were, what, 20?
21.
Yeah. Are you kind of half telling me, though, that you're not in it for the money?
I don't think anyone at the company is in it for the money. It's a much more exciting field than trying to measure exactly how much we're selling or how much it's worth. The creation of these programs is something you can sit down and see people enjoying and solving real problems.
If you had stayed at Harvard a few more years, would this computer revolution have passed you by?
Perhaps. Things move very quickly in the industry, and it was really the urgency to get out there and be the first one to put a basic on the microcomputer that caused me to drop out.
You're called a genius, and well, no, I don't think that embarrassed you at all. They call you a genius. Part of your genius is that you are a computer whiz, and the other is that you did have the business acumen to turn it into a working company. Are you a business genius too?
Well, I wouldn't say genius.
October 28, 1955, Seattle, Washington. A baby boy is born into a family of lawyers and bankers. His father is a prominent attorney. His mother sits on the boards of major companies. They are not royalty, but they are not struggling either. From the very beginning, young Bill is different. He reads the entire World Book Encyclopedia, cover to cover, before he is 10 years old. When other kids are playing outside, he is sitting alone, reading, thinking, questioning everything. His parents are worried. This child is clearly brilliant, but he is also distant, difficult to reach. He argues with adults like he is their equal. Sometimes he acts as if he is their superior. His mother takes him to a psychologist. The psychologist delivers a verdict that most parents would find terrifying. He tells her something like, "This child has a mind you cannot control, and the best thing you can do is get out of the way." In 1967, Bill's parents make a decision that will quietly reshape human history. They enroll 12-year-old Bill in a private school called Lakeside School. It is one of the most elite schools in Seattle. And in 1968, a year that most schools do not even know what a computer is, Lakeside acquires one. It is not a personal computer. Nothing like that exists yet. It is a teletype machine connected to a time-sharing computer somewhere across town. You type commands. The machine responds. That is all. But for him, it was like seeing fire for the very first time. He is completely and totally consumed. He skips meals to sit at that machine. He sneaks out of his dorm at night to use it when no one else is around. His teachers have to drag him away from it. He becomes so obsessed that the school eventually has to ban him from the computer lab because he is using too much of the school's computer time. And this is where the story gets interesting. Because in that computer room at Lakeside School, a 13-year-old Bill Gates meets another student who shares his obsession. A boy 2 years older, lanky, brilliant, and just as reckless. His name is Paul Allen. And together, they are about to start something the world has never seen before.
Going to be listing those farmers, getting the information. My friend Paul Allen and I were hired in high school by this company, CQ, Computer Center Corporation. They had a PDP-10, which was a great computer that we really learned a lot about. You would file bug reports, and our first bug reports are so stupid, they're like, I wrote a program that just kept asking for more and more memory, and eventually it made the computer crash. You know, just completely brute force things. Then eventually our bug reports are like, well, if you call this particular function in this way, there's clearly not the appropriate check on the bounds of this parameter. But we looked at the operating system source code and we see that the way to fix this is to go into Steve Foley's code on page 34, line 10, put an extra check in there. And then they're like, what? How do you even know what that code is? How do you know this guy who wrote it? Even though CQ went out of business and we lost our jobs there, we became really good at writing code for the PDP-10.
Bill Gates and Paul Allen are an unlikely pair. Allen is the dreamer. Gates is the fighter. Allen sees the future in broad, beautiful visions. Gates sees it in precise, ruthless detail. Together, they're dangerous. At 13 years old, Gates writes his first proper computer program. It is a game, tic-tac-toe, simple by today's standards. But in 1968, it is extraordinary. He is a child writing code that most professional engineers cannot yet imagine. By 15, he and Allen have formed their first company called Trafodata. Their idea is bold. They will program computers to read traffic tapes and generate traffic reports for the city. They sell it to local governments. They actually make money. 15 years old. First company. First real income. Most teenagers are worried about grades. Bill Gates is running a business. In 1973, Bill Gates scores a near-perfect 1590 out of 1,600 on his college entrance exam. He earned a place at Harvard University, one of the most prestigious universities on earth. His parents are overjoyed, his mother especially. This is what all the sacrifice in private school was for. But Bill Gates does not really want to be at Harvard. He shows up, he attends some classes, he takes advanced math courses and dominates them. He plays poker late into the night. He sleeps on random schedules and eats terribly. And all the while, he and Paul Allen are watching the technology world begin to move. Fast. One cold day in early 1975, Paul Allen is walking through Harvard Square when he spots something on a magazine rack that stops him cold. The cover of Popular Electronics magazine shows a small silver computer kit called the Altair 8800. The headline reads, something close to world's first mini computer kit to rival commercial models. Allen runs to find Gates. He shows him the magazine. Both of them know immediately what this moment means. The era of personal computing is beginning. Right now, this very moment. And if they do not act immediately, someone else will get there first. But what happened next changed everything. Gates and Allen contact the company behind the Altair. They tell them, boldly, brazenly, with almost no proof, that they have already written a version of the basic programming language for their machine. They do not have it. Not yet. But they tell the company it is ready. The company says, come show us. Gates and Allen then spend 8 frantic weeks writing code from scratch, working around the clock, barely sleeping, testing, rewriting, debugging. When Allen flies out to demonstrate it to the company, that is literally the first time the code runs on a real Altair machine. It works perfectly. In that moment, Microsoft was born, and the world would never be the same again.
I'm pleased that we've reached a settlement with the Department of Justice.
Bill Gates drops out of Harvard in 1975. He is 19 years old. His mother is devastated. His father is worried. Their son is abandoning one of the greatest universities in the world to chase a dream in computers. Bill does not blink. He and Allen move to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the Altair company is based, and they set up shop. The company is called Microsoft. 2 words, 1 vision. They are young and poor. Their office is tiny and messy and chaotic, but they are on fire. They work 18-hour days. They argue constantly. They push each other harder than anyone else would dare. And slowly, steadily, they begin to grow. The technology world is moving fast in the late 1970s. Companies like Apple are rising. Personal computers are becoming real products. And in 1980, a phone call comes into Microsoft that will change the entire course of human history. IBM, the most powerful tech company in the world at the time, wants to build a personal computer, and they need an operating system. They call Microsoft. Bill Gates is 25 years old. IBM is one of the most respected corporations on the planet, and they are calling him. But there is one small problem. Microsoft does not have an operating system. What does Gates do? He says yes anyway. He then turns around and buys a small operating system from another company for roughly $50,000. He modifies it. He licenses it to IBM under the name MS-DOS. That one decision is one of the most important business moves in history, because IBM's contract allows Microsoft to also sell that same operating system to other computer makers. So as IBM-compatible computers spread across the world like wildfire, every single one of them needs MS-DOS. And every single one of them pays Microsoft. By the mid-1980s, Microsoft is a phenomenon. Gates moves the company to Seattle. He recruits brilliant engineers. He drives them relentlessly. He reviews code personally. He pushes people past their limits. He fires people who disappoint him. He builds a culture that is brilliant, brutal, and completely devoted to winning. And then, in 1986, Microsoft goes public on the stock market. Bill Gates becomes a billionaire at 30 years old, the youngest self-made billionaire in American history at that time.
We are committed to making this settlement a success and to continue delivering important new innovations that will re-energize the economy and improve people's lives. Thank you.
DOS is powerful, but not friendly. You type commands. Black screen. White text. Most people find it terrifying. Someone needs to make computing beautiful, accessible, human. In 1985, Microsoft releases the first version of Windows, a graphical interface that lets you click, point, and see pictures on screen instead of typing commands. It is messy at first, slow. Critics laugh at it. But Gates is patient. He knows it is just the beginning. And then in 1990, Windows 3.0. 20 million copies sold in 2 years. The world starts paying attention. And then, 1995. Windows 95. This is the moment that everything changes. The launch of Windows 95 is unlike anything the technology world has ever seen. Microsoft spends hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing. They light the Empire State Building in the colors of the Windows logo. They pay the Rolling Stones a fortune to use their song as the launch anthem. Jay Leno hosts the launch event. There are lines around the block at stores. People camp overnight to buy an operating system. Let that sink in. Windows 95 sells 7 million copies in 5 weeks. And by the end of the decade, Windows is running on more than 90% of the world's personal computers. Bill Gates is not just successful. He is dominant. He is powerful in a way that few human beings in history have ever been. But power is a complicated thing. And the way he uses his power is starting to make enemies. He is famous inside Microsoft for his ferocious personality. He screams at employees. He tells people their ideas are the stupidest things he has ever heard. He paces back and forth during meetings, rocking rhythmically, dissecting every argument, every number, every line of code. Former employees describe a man who is impossibly demanding, who seems to have no off switch, who eats bad food, sleeps in bad patterns, and lives entirely inside the machine of Microsoft. But those same employees also describe a man who reads everything, who remembers everything, who can walk into any department, in any area of the business, and immediately spot what is wrong and how to fix it. Love him or fear him, you could not dismiss him.
We'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is will get attention this time.
By the late 1990s, Bill Gates is the most powerful figure in the technology industry, and the United States government has had enough. In 1998, the Department of Justice, along with 20 state attorneys general, files one of the most historic antitrust lawsuits in American business history. The accusation is serious. They claim Microsoft has been using its dominance to crush competitors, to bundle products unfairly, and to prevent companies from competing on equal terms. The central battleground is a web browser called Internet Explorer. Microsoft is giving it away for free, bundled with Windows, which makes it almost impossible for competing browsers to survive. A company called Netscape, which once ruled the internet browser market, is being destroyed, and the world is watching. The trial is a spectacle. He is deposed, questioned under oath by government lawyers. The footage is extraordinary. This man, who commands armies of engineers and billions of dollars, appears evasive, irritable, and at times almost childlike when faced with questions he does not want to answer. He argues about the meaning of simple words. He asks lawyers to clarify basic sentences. Even the judge watching the footage later describes Gates's performance as not credible. In the year 2000, the judge delivers a stunning verdict. He rules that Microsoft is indeed a monopoly that has harmed competition. His proposed remedy? Break Microsoft up into 2 separate companies. The empire was about to be cut in half. The technology world holds its breath. But then, something unexpected. An appeals court overturns the breakup order. A new government administration takes a softer approach. Microsoft settles. It must follow some rules about how it does business. But it stays together. It survives. However, the damage to Bill Gates personally is real. His reputation is bruised. His image, once that of a visionary genius, now carries the shadow of a corporate predator who played hardball at any cost. And perhaps more importantly, the legal battles consumed him at exactly the moment when a young company in a California garage was quietly getting ready to change the world in ways that Microsoft would completely miss. That company was Google.
Namaste. It's an honor to send my greetings as India celebrates its Republic Day. Republic Day is a moment to reflect on the extraordinary promise India made to itself in 1950 to build a nation where opportunity expands, knowledge empowers, and progress uplifts everyone. Every time I visit...
In January 2000, Bill Gates steps down as chief executive of Microsoft. He remains as chairman and chief software architect. But the day-to-day running of the company passes to his college friend, Steve Ballmer. On the outside, it looks like a routine transition. Inside, it is the beginning of something no one could have predicted. He is about to become a completely different kind of person. To understand what comes next, you need to understand one person above all others. Her name is Melinda French. She joined Microsoft in 1987. She is brilliant, warm, and quietly strong in ways that balance everything Gates is not. They begin dating. It is not simple. Gates is famously awkward in personal relationships. He keeps spreadsheets of who to date. He agonizes over the decision. But eventually love, complicated, real, human love, wins. They marry in 1994 in Hawaii. Melinda is not just a spouse. She is a partner in the deepest sense. And she begins to shift the direction of one of the most powerful minds in human history. She takes him to Africa. He sees children dying from diseases that were cured in rich countries decades ago. He sees mothers walking miles for water that is still dirty. He sees suffering on a scale that no spreadsheet can fully capture. In the year 2000, he and his wife launched the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They pour billions of their own money into it, and they commit to the most ambitious philanthropic mission in history. Their goal is breathtaking in its ambition. They will fight the diseases that kill the most people in the poorest countries. They will fund vaccines, clean water, and education. They will try to use the same relentless, data-driven, aggressive approach that built Microsoft and apply it to saving human lives. In 2006, Warren Buffett, the legendary investor and one of the richest men in the world, makes a stunning announcement. He is donating the vast majority of his fortune to the foundation, more than $30 billion, the largest charitable gift in history at that time. And then in 2010, Gates and Buffett go further. They launch something called the Giving Pledge, a public commitment where the world's billionaires promise to give away the majority of their wealth before they die. Hundreds of billionaires sign it. Bill Gates, the man who once fought tooth and nail for every dollar of market share, has quietly started one of the greatest humanitarian movements in history.
Advances with confidence towards Viksit Bharat. Thank you.
The Gates Foundation becomes the most powerful private charitable organization on Earth. By the 2020s, it has given away more than $70 billion. Let that number sit with you for a moment. $70 billion. Given away. Voluntarily. The results are staggering. Polio, a disease that crippled children around the world, is on the edge of total elimination, largely because of Gates Foundation funding. Cases have dropped by more than 99% worldwide. Malaria deaths in Africa have been cut dramatically. Millions of children who would have died are alive today because of vaccines that the foundation helped develop and deliver to the most remote corners of the planet. In countries across Africa and Asia, the Gates Foundation has funded agricultural research that helps small farmers grow more food, survive drought, and feed their families. It has funded schools, sanitation systems, and initiatives that lift communities out of poverty in ways that no single government could achieve alone. But perhaps nothing illustrates the unique power of Bill Gates's mind more than what happened in 2015. In a now famous TED Talk, Gates stands before a global audience and delivers a warning. He says the greatest threat to humanity in the coming years is not nuclear war. It is not terrorism. It is a deadly virus, spreading person to person, for which we have no vaccine and no preparation. He calls for global pandemic preparedness. He calls for investments in disease surveillance systems. He calls for stockpiles of medical equipment. He calls for rapid vaccine development platforms. The world mostly ignores him. 5 years later, COVID-19 arrives. And everything Gates warned about comes true. The world was not prepared. The systems he called for did not exist, and millions of people pay the price. The Gates Foundation pours hundreds of millions of dollars into vaccine development and global distribution. The vaccines that save countless lives are developed, in part, because of infrastructure the foundation helped build. Love him or question him. In that moment, the man who predicted the pandemic is also helping to end it. For all his achievements, Bill Gates remains a deeply complicated man. In 2021, after 27 years of marriage, Bill and Melinda Gates announced their divorce. It is a quiet, painful ending to a partnership that had shaped so much of both their lives. The reasons are complex and private, but the split shocks a world that had come to see them as a team. Gates has also faced criticism. Questions about his past business practices never fully disappear. Questions about his personal conduct surface. Questions about whether one man should hold this much power, even in the name of charity, are asked loudly and seriously. He is not a saint. He would probably not claim to be. He is a human being, extraordinarily gifted, deeply flawed, profoundly ambitious, who has lived a life larger than most people can imagine. In interviews today, he speaks more softly than he once did. He reads, still voraciously. Famously, he is known for going on reading holidays where he locks himself away with dozens of books and comes out with ideas that change the direction of the foundation. He still cares about climate change, about clean energy, about the future of artificial intelligence, about whether the next generation of young people, wherever they are born, will have the tools to build something remarkable. He is 68 years old, and he shows absolutely no signs of stopping. Here is what the story of Bill Gates really teaches us, and it is not what most people think. It is not that you need to be born smart. Plenty of smart people have done nothing remarkable with their gifts. It is not that you need to be born rich. Plenty of wealthy people have watched their advantages slip through their fingers. The real lesson is something simpler, and something far more difficult. Bill Gates saw a moment, a single, narrow window of possibility, and he threw himself through it with everything he had. No hesitation, no safety net, no plan B. He dropped out of one of the world's greatest universities because he believed, with absolute certainty, that the window would not stay open forever. He was right. And then, when he had built an empire, he looked at all that power and all that wealth, and he asked himself a harder question. Not what can this do for me, but what can this do for the world? The answer he chose is still unfolding. In every child vaccinated against a disease that should never have threatened them. In every farmer in a dry land who now has seeds that survive the drought. In every corner of the globe where a screen glows and a mind is open to possibilities that did not exist the day before. The man who once wanted to put a computer on every desk in the world now wants to put health and hope in every human life on Earth. Whatever you think of him, however complicated the full picture may be, consider this. He started with a blinking cursor. A 13-year-old boy in a school computer room. No roadmap. No guarantee. Just a belief so fierce and so stubborn that the world had no choice but to move around it. Your dream might not look like his. Your path will certainly look different. But the one thing that every great human story has in common, from the garage in Albuquerque to the foundation office in Seattle, is that it began with someone who refused to accept the world exactly as it was. So here is your question. What window are you standing in front of right now? And what would happen if you stopped waiting and jumped?